What we're talking about today is how necessary change is to be happy. Piggybacking off her stress, when she's talking about how to handle stress, one of the best methods to write stress is write it down. Get it out of here onto a piece of paper. Many people find that something happens. There's magic that happens when you put thought to pen to paper, right? People can type it out. People can use their phone, but get the thoughts out of your head. You know, you're stressed about finance. You're stressed about your relationship. Stressed about kids. You write it out. What you find is that the best book that you can actually learn from is the book that you've written. Because I looked at journals I've done, and I'm like, wow, what kind of state was I in at that point? Or wow, look at the solution I found there. Why am I not doing that again? And so anytime that you can actually put it on paper, I would recommend that you do it.
You know, it also helps you organize your thoughts and your feelings. I know sometimes I used to have such a hard time going to bed. My mind would be racing. Mm-hmm. So if I just wrote it down, I keep a pen and a pad of paper next to my bed. If I write it down, I can let it go so that I can rest, because I know it's going to be there for me in the morning. Or sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night. I'll have a great idea about something. I don't want to forget it, so I just write it down. If I hurry up and just write it down, I can go back to bed a lot quicker.
And racing thoughts, what happens is, she made a good point about organization. Sometimes people have racing thoughts, anxiety, stuff like that. When you can write it down, writing it down kind of slows it down. You can organize it. You can identify. You can verbalize some emotions, because it's very important to do that as well. You know, how can I express to Lisa something that I'm feeling if I haven't worked through it myself?
Express yourself.
Express yourself.
Explore meditation. Meditation is a great way to quiet your mind. This can be kind of tricky, because if you don't know how to meditate, there's a lot of different things out there to look at. But I recommend mindful meditation. Just go to a quiet place, close the door, make it quiet, close your eyes, and practice on your breathing. Focus on just breathing in and breathing out. If your mind starts to wander, you find yourself thinking about something else, all you have to do is return your thinking to your breathing. Now, this takes practice over time. You might only be able to do it for 5 minutes, but once you start getting used to it and you're able to quiet your mind, you're going to be able to do it for a longer period of time. But meditation is a great way to bring happiness.
The idea is really, you want to focus on not sleeping. Sometimes people have racing minds, and the idea they're like, focus on your breathing. You can also focus on a real or imagined place that you would like to be at, a running stream, a mountaintop, and just relax and focus on bringing in all your 5 senses into that view right there. Avoid negativity. You know, what I mean by avoid, you can't avoid everything, but limit what you take in, what you feed your mind, what you hear, what you speak, people around you who are talking negativity. You can't avoid it all, right? You can't completely wipe it out, but you can filter a lot of it.
And consider therapy. If you've been bullied, if you've faced trauma, maybe you've had a betrayal of some kind, consider therapy.
Yep.
It's okay for you to want to go seek help from somebody else. We went through a home burglary where we were attacked. It was very traumatic. And working through that took years. I knew that in that moment, there were things that I could work on, but there were a lot of things that I couldn't do by myself. I needed to go seek help. I need someone to help me work through that. There's no shame in that. By doing that, I was able to open up my mind to alternative methods to heal. I can't fix what I don't know. Mm-hmm. But by seeing these counselors and therapists and mentors, they help me move my thoughts into a more positive direction.
Yep, and it's so true. I would say this to people who are stubborn is like this. If you have a toolbox and you've over the years collected tools to help you integrate with your life and problem solve. Some of the tools you have are not going to work with the new issues, challenges, or solutions that you need. So you got to update your toolbox. You know, when we started going into counseling many moons ago, and had to start working on individual things and also couple things, I had to rethink what I'm going. I had to it's a coach. It's a referee. That's how I had to take it in my mind in order for me to be there. To just refereeing and coaching. And it helped. And now, years later, what has happened is now I am a psychotherapist. So I sit there and I help individuals and couples and through traumatic things and relationships. So it's interesting how life works out. We're going to talk about money.
One of our favorite things to talk about, right? As a couple, brings a lot of stress and anxiety and unhappiness into a lot of people's lives.
Yes.
However, we are going to talk
necessary.
about it. Spend your money on experiences instead of buying stuff. You know, an experience lasts a lifetime. You will always have that memory to carry in your heart. It helps you be social.
Yep.
It gets you out there.
Yep.
Stuff comes and goes. It breaks. It loses its luster. Oftentimes people get in that mode where they want to buy something because it helps them feel good.
Yep.
And then in a day or two, that feeling is gone. But memories last a lifetime. So spend your money on experiences.
I agree. For those 90% of the world who live on budgets or should have a budget, spend your money on experiences. For the 10% of folks who can get a Lamborghini because they can, I'm so happy for you to get a Lamborghini because I would like a Porsche Cayenne. But we have very expensive taste, but we are very practical as well. As we try to be as best as we can using the money that we have in the right way, and we love experiences more than things. We had to flip that. We used to buy things and we had a house full of stuff and we were miserable. So we really work on experiencing things together with our family, and then one day maybe we'll win the lottery, but you got to play the lottery to win. I can get that Porsche Cayenne.
Yes, we learned over time that money does not buy happiness, but money can provide experiences, and experiences provide happiness.
Yes, right? Had money, didn't have money. We like money better.
So with that, we just wanted to thank you for tuning in today.
Yep.
If you like what you heard, hit the like button.
Yep.
Come and join us by subscribing so you can see our videos right when they come out.
Yep. Until later.
Bye.